She tried to scam me for $94,000, claiming the kid was mine, until I brought the real dad to court, proved the fraud, and watched her life crumble. I'm 32, been working as a commercial fleet manager for the past 4 years, and I'd finally gotten my life to a place where drama didn't exist anymore. Good job, decent apartment, solid group of friends who didn't bring chaos to my doorstep. I'd earned that peace after the mess that was 2018. Tuesday afternoon, I'm at my desk reviewing maintenance schedules when my receptionist buzzes me. "Preston, there's someone here to see you." She says it's urgent. No appointment on my calendar. "Who is it?" Brief pause. She says her name is Bridget. My stomach dropped. 6 years. 6 years of absolutely nothing, and she just shows up? Send her in. The door opened, and there she was. Bridget looked different, tired around the eyes, hair shorter than I remembered. And next to her, holding her hand, was a kid. Maybe 5 years old, dark hair, quiet. She didn't waste time with pleasantries. "Preston, we need to talk." I leaned back in my chair, keeping my expression flat. "Apparently. Who's this?" "This is River." She put her hand on the boy's shoulder. "Your son." The words hung in the air for a second. I didn't react, just studied her face. She was dead serious. "My son," I repeated. "Yes. And you owe me 5 years of child support. $94,000. I almost laughed. "Almost. That's a hell of an opening line, Bridget. Last time we spoke was 2018, and you were in bed with someone who wasn't me. Now you show up with a kid and a 6-figure demand?" Her jaw tightened. "I found out I was pregnant 2 months after we broke up. I didn't tell you because you'd made it clear you wanted nothing to do with me, because you cheated. That doesn't change the fact that River is yours and you're legally responsible." I looked at the kid. He was staring at the floor, clearly uncomfortable. Poor kid had no idea what he was in the middle of. "If he's mine," I said slowly, "then we'll handle it the right way. DNA test first. Then lawyers. Then we talk numbers." Bridget's face flushed. "I'm not putting River through that. You can see the timeline yourself." "I don't care about timelines. I care about facts. No test, no money." She stepped closer to my desk, voice dropping. "You really want to drag this out? Take this to court? I can file paperwork tomorrow and make your life hell for the next year. Or you can do the right thing and take care of your son." I stood up, matching her energy. "File whatever you want. I'm not handing over a cent until paternity is confirmed. You show up after 6 years of silence with a kid and a demand. You really think I'm just gonna write a check?" She grabbed River's hand, yanking him toward the door. "Fine. My lawyer will be in touch. Hope you've got a good one, because family court doesn't look kindly on deadbeat fathers." "I'm not a deadbeat. I'm just not an idiot." The door slammed behind her. I sat back down, staring at the spot where they'd been standing. My brain was already running numbers. River looked about 5, maybe just turned 5. If Bridget got pregnant right at the end of our relationship in summer 2018, the math technically worked. But something felt wrong. She'd never reached out. Not once. Not when she found out she was pregnant, not when River was born, not for birthdays or holidays or emergencies. 6 years of total silence, and now suddenly I'm on the hook for nearly $100,000? I stayed late that night, couldn't focus on anything else. Kept replaying the conversation, analyzing her body language, her tone. She was confident, I'd give her that. Practiced, even. Around 9 p.m., I finally locked up and headed home. Checked my phone in the parking lot, couple work emails, a text from my buddy about weekend plans, and one email from an address I didn't recognize. No name, just random letters and numbers. Subject line, "You need to know the truth about Bridget." I stared at the screen, thumb hovering over it. Then I opened it. The message was short. 3 paragraphs, no signature except the initials AC at the bottom. "Preston, you don't know me, but I know Bridget. I know what she's doing to you because she's done it before. River isn't yours. His father is Owen Qley, her ex-boyfriend from the gym. Owen has been raising that boy since birth and paying child support since 2020. Bridget broke up with Owen last year and her money got tight. She's targeting you for cash, plain and simple. Check the records. Check social media. Don't give her a dime until you verify everything. She's counting on you being too scared or guilty to fight back. Prove her wrong. AC." I read it 3 times sitting in my truck. Could be BS. Could be someone with an axe to grind. Could also be the truth. I pulled out my laptop, tethered to my phone, and typed Owen Qley into Facebook. 3 profiles came up. Second one had a profile picture of a guy in his 30s at a gym, athletic build, holding a little kid on his shoulders. I clicked. The kid was River. Same dark hair, same quiet eyes I'd seen in my office 6 hours ago. I scrolled. And scrolled. The posts went back years. Owen at the hospital in 2019, holding a newborn. Caption: best day of my life. Meet my son. River's first birthday party, Owen behind him helping blow out candles. Father's Day at the batting cages. Halloween costumes. Christmas mornings, hundreds of photos. River had been part of Owen's life since day one. I checked the dates. Some posts were from when Bridget would have still been with Owen. Others were more recent. Last one was from 3 months ago, River in a baseball uniform, Owen kneeling beside him. So proud of this kid. My hands were steady, but my mind was racing. If this was real, if Owen was the father and had been paying support, then Bridget showing up at my office wasn't desperation. It was fraud. I didn't sleep that night. By 6 a.m., I was on the phone with Terrence Boyle, a private investigator I'd worked with a few years back during a company theft case. He was expensive but thorough. I need everything, I told him. Court records, financial history, social media, anything that connects Bridget to this Owen Qley guy and the kid. How fast you need it? Yesterday. I'll have preliminary findings in 48 hours. Terrence was a man of his word. 2 days later, Thursday morning, an encrypted email hit my inbox with a PDF attachment. I opened it in my truck before heading into the office. The report was 23 pages. Every page was a nail in Bridget's coffin. Owen Qley, age 34, certified personal trainer. Worked at a gym called Iron Valley Fitness from 2017 to present. Relationship with Bridget confirmed through tagged photos and mutual friends, started late 2017, overlapped with the end of my relationship with her. That stung, but I kept reading. Public social media documentation, 200 plus posts featuring River from infancy to present. Captions consistently referred to River as my son, my boy, my little man. No ambiguity. Owen wasn't pretending, he was River's father in every way that mattered. Birth records, River Qley, born April 2019. Father listed on birth certificate, Owen Qley. My brain did the math. If River was born April 2019, Bridget would have gotten pregnant around July or August 2018. That was right when she and I were breaking up. But clearly, she'd already moved on to Owen by then. I flipped to the next page, and that's where it got nuclear. Family court records from 2020. Bridget had filed for child support against Owen Qley. Standard stuff. Judge ordered a paternity test to establish obligation. I kept scrolling, heart pounding. Then I saw it. DNA test results. Court ordered. Dated November 2020. Probability of paternity, 99.7%. Owen Qley was River's biological father. Not possible. Not probable. Confirmed. My phone rang. Terrence, you see it? He asked. Yeah. I see it. There's more. Owen's been paying $1,400 a month since the court order. I pulled bank records, payments are still active. He's current on everything. I leaned back, staring at the document on my screen. She's still collecting from him. Correct. And now she's trying to collect from you. That's fraud. That's exactly what it is. Terrence paused. I've got more to dig into, financial records, communications, a few other leads. But Preston? You've already got enough here to bury her claim before it even starts. Send me everything you find. I want it all. You got it. One more thing, I tracked down who sent you that anonymous email. Took some work, but I've got a name. Who? Amber Cross. Former friend of Bridget's. They had a falling out last year. I'm guessing she knew about the scam and wanted to warn you. I made a mental note. Amber Cross. I owed her a thank you. We hung up. I sat in my truck for another 10 minutes, staring at that DNA test. 99.7%. Bridget knew. She had to know. There was no way she didn't know Owen was the father when she walked into my office and demanded $94,000. This wasn't a mistake. This wasn't confusion about timelines. This was calculated. My phone buzzed. New email from Terrence. Subject line, you need to see this, court filing from 2020. I opened the attachment. It was the full court order establishing Owen's paternity and child support obligation. Every detail. Every signature. Every dollar amount. Legal proof that Bridget had already done this once, and won. Now she was trying to do it again. To me, I forwarded everything to my personal email, backed it up to cloud storage, and called the one person who could turn this evidence into a weapon. Walter Finch. Family law attorney. Reputation for being ruthless when someone tried to play games in his courtroom. Walter, it's Preston. I need an appointment today. And I'm bringing you a case you're going to love. Walter's office was downtown, 3rd floor of a building that had seen better days but still charged premium rates. I'd heard about him through a buddy whose divorce got messy. Walter had torn the other side apart so efficiently the case settled in 3 weeks. He was waiting when I arrived at 2 o'clock. Mid-50s, gray at the temples, sharp eyes that missed nothing. We shook hands and I dropped the folder on his desk. "Read this first. Then I'll explain." He opened it, started scanning. I watched his expression shift from neutral to interested to something close to predatory. He flipped through the DNA results, the birth certificate, the court order establishing Owen's paternity. "How long were you with her?" he asked, not looking up. "About a year and a half. Ended in 2018 when I caught her cheating. And she showed up this week claiming the kid is yours." Tuesday. Walked into my office with the boy, demanded $94,000 in back support. Walter leaned back, tapping his pen against the desk. "She have a lawyer yet?" Said hers would be in touch. "Nothing formal filed as far as I know. She will. Question is whether she's stupid enough to actually submit this claim knowing Owen's already established paternity." He flipped back to the DNA results. "This is court ordered. She can't claim she didn't know. That's what I'm thinking. She's betting I won't fight it. That I'll just pay to make it go away. And you're not that guy. Not even close." Walter stood up, walked to his window. "Here's what happens next. She'll file a formal petition, probably within a week. When she does, we respond with a motion to dismiss and attach all of this. DNA proof, birth certificate showing Owen as father, ongoing support payments. We make it so airtight the judge tosses it immediately." "What about her? She walks away clean?" "No. We push for fraud findings, perjury if she lies under oath, legal fees reimbursement." He turned back to me. "But I want more than what's in this folder. I want to know why she's doing this, who knows about it, and what her endgame is." The anonymous tip mentioned money troubles. Owen and her broke up last year. That tracks. "Let me guess, she was living off his income, split happened, now she's scrambling." Walter sat back down. "I need you to authorize your investigator to keep digging. Financial records, communications, anything that shows intent. If she texted a friend about this plan, if she Googled can I get child support from two fathers, anything like that, I want it." I nodded. "Already told Terrence to get everything." "Good. And this anonymous source, AC, Amber Cross." Terrence tracked her down. "Former friend of Bridget's." Walter made a note. "We're going to need her. If she's got messages, screenshots, anything showing Bridget knew this was fraud, she becomes a witness. You think Bridget would be dumb enough to tell someone? People brag. Especially when they think they're being clever." He tapped the DNA results. "She already proved she can work the system once with Owen. She probably figured you'd be easier." That pissed me off more than I wanted to admit. The assumption that I was a mark. That I'd fold under pressure or guilt. Walter must have read my face. "Don't let emotion drive this. Stay cold. Let the evidence do the work." We spent the next hour going through strategy. Walter wanted to contact Owen directly, get him on record confirming paternity and ongoing payments. He wanted Terrence to pull Bridget's rental history, bank statements if possible, anything showing financial desperation. And he wanted me ready to testify about our relationship timeline and her disappearance from my life. "One more thing," Walter said as I was leaving. "When she files, don't respond to her directly. No texts, no calls, no conversations. Everything goes through me. She'll try to bait you into saying something she can use." "Not a problem. I don't want to talk to her anyway." I left his office feeling focused. This wasn't about anger anymore. It was strategic. Bridget had made a calculated move, and now I was making mine. Terrence called that evening with an update. He'd confirmed Bridget's current address, a one-bedroom apartment in a complex across town, rent almost double what she'd been paying when she lived with Owen. Her social media showed lifestyle inflation she couldn't afford. Dinners out, new clothes, weekend trips. "She's bleeding money," Terrence said. "Owen's $1,400 a month isn't cutting it anymore, so she came after me." "Exactly. I'm working on getting access to messages between her and Amber. Amber's willing to cooperate, but I need a few days to build rapport." "Do it. Walter wants her as a witness." 3 days passed. I went to work, handled my responsibilities, kept my head down. Didn't hear anything from Bridget. Started to wonder if she'd gotten cold feet. Then Friday afternoon, certified mail arrived at my apartment. Thick envelope, law firm return address I didn't recognize. I opened it standing in my kitchen. Formal petition for establishment of paternity and child support. Bridget's name at the top as petitioner. My name as respondent. She'd filed. I took a photo of the first page and texted it to Walter. His response came back in under a minute. "Perfect. Now we end this." Walter moved fast. By Monday morning, he'd filed our response, a motion to dismiss with prejudice, backed by 60 pages of evidence. DNA results, birth certificate, court orders, bank records showing Owen's continuous payments, social media documentation spanning 5 years. Everything. "Her attorney will get this today," Walter told me over the phone. They'll have 72 hours to respond before the judge reviews. You think they'll withdraw? If they're smart. But pride makes people stupid. We'll see. That afternoon, Terrence called with news about Amber Cross. She's willing to meet. Tonight, if you're available. Where? Coffee shop on Maple Street. 7 o'clock. She's nervous but she wants to help. I met Walter there at 6:45. The place was half empty, soft music playing, smell of espresso in the air. Amber arrived right on time, late 20s, blonde hair pulled back, looked tired but determined. We grabbed a corner table. She had a folder with her. I'm not doing this to be vindictive, she said before we even sat down. I'm doing this because what Bridget's doing is wrong, and someone needs to stop her. Appreciate you reaching out, I said. The email you sent, that's what started all this. She nodded. I knew she was planning something when she asked me about you a few months ago. Started asking questions, where you worked, if I thought you were doing well financially, if I knew whether you were married. Walter leaned forward. You and Bridget were close? Best friends for 3 years. Met through a fitness class, clicked immediately. I was there when she got pregnant, when River was born, through the whole custody thing with Owen. She paused. And I was there when she started planning to scam you. Tell me about that, Walter said, pulling out a legal pad. Amber opened her folder. Inside were printed screenshots of text conversations. This was 2 months ago. We were having drinks, and she was complaining about money. Said Owen's support wasn't enough anymore, rent was destroying her, she needed to find another income stream. She slid the first screenshot across the table. Bridget, I've been thinking about Preston. Amber, your ex from forever ago? Bridget, yeah. He's doing well now. Saw on LinkedIn he's some fleet manager, probably pulling $80K minimum. If I play this right, I can get 6 months out of him before he even demands a paternity test. My jaw clenched reading it. Walter stayed calm, making notes. There's more, Amber said, sliding over another screenshot. Amber, you can't be serious. Owen's River's dad. You know that. Bridget, Owen's paying but it's not enough. I need to double dip until I'm stable again. Preston won't fight it. Guys like him always just pay to make problems go away. Amber, this is fraud. Bridget, it's survival. That's when I stopped responding, Amber said. Told her I wanted no part of it. She got defensive, said I didn't understand her situation, that I was being judgmental. We haven't spoken since. Walter was writing quickly. Why keep the screenshots? Because I knew she'd actually do it. And I knew if she did, someone would need proof. She looked at me. I'm sorry this happened to you. But I'm glad you fought back instead of just paying her. These messages, Walter said, tapping the pages. You willing to testify to their authenticity in court? Absolutely. And you're prepared for Bridget to retaliate? Try to discredit you? Amber's expression hardened. Let her try. I've got 3 years of watching her manipulate people. I'm done protecting her. Walter had her sign an affidavit right there, swearing to the accuracy of the texts and her willingness to testify. She also gave us permission to use the screenshots as evidence. After she left, Walter and I sat for another 20 minutes strategizing. Owen Qley's next, he said. I need him to testify about his paternity, his payments, his relationship with River. Shows the judge this isn't some gray area situation. Owen's been the father all along. Terrence had already made contact with Owen through his attorney. Owen was livid when he learned what Bridget was doing. Agreed to testify immediately, said he'd bring his financial records, photos, anything we needed. He's worried about River, Terrence told me during our call. Thinks Bridget's instability is getting worse. He's considering filing for full custody. Can't blame him, I said. The court date came faster than expected. Judge scheduled an emergency hearing due to the fraud allegations. Didn't want this dragging out if the claim was baseless. 2 weeks from filing. Walter prepped me for 3 hours the day before. What to expect, how to answer questions, what not to say. Stay factual. Don't editorialize. Let the evidence speak. I didn't sleep much that night. Not from nerves, from anticipation. This entire situation had gone from shock to anger to cold calculation. Tomorrow it would be over. I arrived at the courthouse 45 minutes early. Walter met me in the lobby, carrying 2 briefcases full of documentation. Ready? He asked. Beyond ready. We walked toward the courtroom entrance. And that's when I saw her. Bridget was across the lobby with her attorney, some guy in an off-the-rack suit who looked barely out of law school. She was talking animatedly, gesturing with her hands. Then she saw me. Our eyes met across 30 feet of marble floor, and she smiled. Actually smiled. Like she thought she still had this. Walter noticed. Confidence or delusion? About to find out. We pushed through the courtroom doors. The courtroom was smaller than I expected. Fluorescent lights, Wood paneling that had seen decades of cases, judge's bench elevated above everything else. Bridget and her attorney took the left side. Walter and I sat opposite, our folders stacked neatly. Judge Hammond entered, mid-60s, gray hair, reading glasses perched on her nose. She looked like someone who'd heard every excuse in the book and believed none of them. "We're here for the petition of establishment of paternity and child support," she said, settling into her chair. "Ms. Porter, you're the petitioner. Let's hear your case." Bridget's attorney stood. His name was Greg something, I'd already forgotten. He presented the petition like it was routine. "Bridget and I had a relationship in 2018, she discovered she was pregnant after the breakup. River was born April 2019, timeline matched, Preston owed support. Simple. Clean. Except it was all BS. Then Bridget took the stand. She'd dressed for sympathy, plain clothes, minimal makeup, tired single mom energy. She placed her hand on the Bible, swore to tell the truth. The irony wasn't lost on me. Her attorney walked her through the timeline. How we dated, how the relationship ended, how she'd found out about the pregnancy 2 months later. "Why didn't you contact Mr. Preston when you found out?" her attorney asked. Bridget's voice cracked. "I was scared. We'd ended badly, and I didn't want to force him into something he didn't want. I thought I could handle it alone." "And River's father?" "Preston is River's father. I know the exact timeline. There's no doubt in my mind." I kept my expression neutral. Walter had warned me, "Don't react, don't give them ammunition." "And why are you seeking support now?" "Because River deserves to know his father. And I can't keep struggling alone. It's not fair to him." She dabbed at her eyes. No actual tears, but the performance was decent. Judge Hammond looked skeptical but let her finish. When Bridget stepped down, the judge turned to our side. "Mr. Finch, I've reviewed your motion to dismiss. It's quite comprehensive." Walter stood. "Your Honor, this petition is fraudulent. We have definitive proof that another man is River's biological father and has been paying child support since 2020. He approached the bench, handed up the evidence packet. Exhibit A, DNA test results from family court, November 2020. Owen Qley established as River's father with 99.7% probability. Exhibit B, birth certificate listing Mr. Qley as father. Exhibit C, court order establishing Mr. Qley's ongoing support obligation. Exhibit D, bank records showing continuous payments of $1,400 per month. Judge Hammond flipped through the pages, her expression darkening. Bridget's attorney was scrambling, whispering urgently to her. She was shaking her head. "Your Honor," Greg stammered, standing. "We weren't aware of, this is the first we're hearing about another." "You didn't verify your client's claim before filing?" Judge Hammond's tone could have frozen water. "Ms. Porter assured us that. I'm not interested in assurances. I'm interested in facts." She looked at Walter. "Call your witnesses." Owen Qley entered from the hallway. He was exactly like his photos, athletic build, steady presence. He looked at Bridget once, disgust clear on his face, then took the stand. Walter kept it straightforward. "Mr. Qley, what is your relationship to River?" "I'm his father. Have been since the day he was born." "Biological father?" "Yes. DNA test confirmed it in 2020. 99.7% probability. And you've been involved in his life?" "Every single day. I was in the delivery room. I've been to every birthday, every doctor's appointment, every school event. I pay support every month, never missed a payment." Owen's voice was steady but you could hear the emotion underneath. "River is my son. Not because a court said so, because I raised him." Walter showed him photos, Owen and River at the hospital, first steps, baseball games. Owen confirmed each one. "Have you ever had reason to doubt paternity?" "Never. And even if I did, the DNA test settled it." Bridget's attorney tried to object, got overruled. Owen stepped down, then Amber took the stand. She was nervous, hands shaking slightly, but her voice was clear. Walter had her authenticate the text messages, confirm they were from Bridget. "Can you read the message dated October 15th? Amber pulled out the printout. "Read aloud. If I play this right, I can get 6 months out of him before he even demands a paternity test." The courtroom went dead silent. "And the next message? Owen's paying but it's not enough. I need to double dip until I'm stable again. Preston won't fight it. Guys like him always just pay." Bridget's face had gone from pale to red. Her attorney tried to object, hearsay, authentication issues, relevance. Judge Hammond shut him down every time. "These messages show intent," Walter said. "Ms. Porter knew Owen was the father. Knew she was collecting support from him. And deliberately targeted Mr. Preston for additional money she wasn't entitled to." I took the stand last. Walked through the timeline of our relationship, the breakup, 6 years of zero contact. Confirmed I'd never been told about a pregnancy, never met River until Tuesday. How did you feel when Ms. Porter showed up at your office? Walter asked. Suspicious. The timing was too convenient, the demand too specific. It didn't feel like someone trying to do the right thing. It felt like a shakedown. Bridget's attorney cross-examined, tried to make me look cold or uncaring. I didn't take the bait. Stuck to facts. When I stepped down, Judge Hammond removed her glasses and leaned forward. I've been on this bench for 18 years, she said slowly. And I have seen a lot of difficult cases. Parents struggling to do right by their children. Genuine confusion about paternity. Painful custody disputes. Her gaze locked on Bridget. But this? This level of calculated deception? This is appalling. Bridget's attorney stood. Your Honor, if we could have a moment too. Sit down, counselor. I'm issuing my ruling. Judge Hammond didn't even look at her notes. Just kept her eyes on Bridget. The petition for establishment of paternity and child support is dismissed with prejudice. Meaning Ms. Porter cannot refile this claim, ever. The evidence is overwhelming that Owen Qley is River's biological father, confirmed by court-ordered DNA testing. Mr. Preston has no legal or biological obligation to this child. Bridget started to speak. The judge held up a hand. I'm not finished. What we have here isn't a mistake or confusion about dates. The text messages make it abundantly clear, Ms. Porter knew exactly what she was doing. She deliberately targeted Mr. Preston for financial gain while simultaneously collecting support from the actual father. Judge Hammond's voice got harder. That's fraud. And I'm referring this case to the district attorney's office for potential criminal prosecution. Fraud, perjury, attempted theft by deception, those charges will be up to them. Bridget's face went white. Her attorney looked like he wanted to disappear. Furthermore, the judge continued, Ms. Porter is ordered to pay Mr. Preston's legal costs in full. I'm setting that amount at $17,800, to be paid via wage garnishment if necessary. Walter wrote down the number without expression. I just sat there, watching it unfold. Mr. Finch, does your client wish to pursue a restraining order? Yes, Your Honor. Granted. Ms. Porter is prohibited from contacting Mr. Preston directly or indirectly for any reason. Violation will result in contempt charges. Then Owen's attorney stood. Your Honor, given the evidence of Ms. Porter's manipulation and willingness to exploit her child for financial gain, my client requests an emergency modification of custody. Judge Hammond nodded slowly. I was wondering when that would come up. Mr. Qley approached the bench. Owen stood, walked forward. You've been River's primary father since birth, correct? Yes, Your Honor. I have full documentation of my involvement, medical records, school enrollment, everything. Current custody arrangement, joint legal, but River lives with me 60% of the time. Has since Ms. Porter and I separated. The judge looked at Bridget. Ms. Porter, you just attempted to defraud a man out of nearly 6 figures by using your son as leverage. You showed premeditation, calculated deception, and a fundamental willingness to lie under oath. That demonstrates a severe lack of judgment and moral character. Bridget finally found her voice. Your Honor, I was desperate. Desperation doesn't justify fraud. And it certainly doesn't make you a fit parent. Judge Hammond signed something on her desk. Emergency modification granted. Full physical and legal custody to Owen Qley, effective immediately. Ms. Porter, you'll have supervised visitation only, once per month, pending further review. That's when Bridget lost it. She shot to her feet, voice rising. You can't take my son from me. This is ridiculous. He needs his mother. Bailiff, Judge Hammond said calmly. The bailiff moved toward Bridget. Her attorney grabbed her arm, trying to get her to sit down. She jerked away from him. This is because of him. She pointed at me. He's poisoning everyone against me. Ms. Porter, you're in contempt. Another word and you'll spend the night in jail. That shut her up, but the look she gave me could have melted steel. Pure hatred. Her attorney was already packing his briefcase. I watched him lean in, whisper something to her. Probably I'm withdrawing from your case. Judge Hammond dismissed us. Walter and I stood, gathered our materials. Owen caught up with me in the hallway. I don't know how to thank you, he said. If you hadn't fought this, who knows what kind of mess she would have dragged us all into next. You would have done the same, maybe. But you actually did it. He shook my hand. River's going to grow up safe now. That's because you didn't just write a check and hope she'd go away. We parted ways outside the courthouse. Walter walked me to my truck. DA will probably offer her a plea deal, he said. Probation, fines, restitution. She'll take it to avoid trial. And the money she owes me? Wage garnishment starts next month. You'll get it back, just takes time. 3 weeks later, Terrence sent me an update. Bridget had been charged with fraud and attempted theft, pleaded no contest, got 18 months probation and a fine. The DA also made her pay my legal costs in full as part of the plea. $17,800 came through in 2 installments. Owen got full custody. Bridget's visitation was supervised, once a month at a state facility. Word got around our old social circle, people who'd known both of us back in 2018. Every mutual friend cut her off. I didn't celebrate any of it. Didn't feel like a victory, just closure. One night, a few months after everything settled, I was at my apartment going through old files. Came across the folder Walter had given me, the full case documentation. I flipped through it once, then put it in a box in my closet. Bridget was done. Owen had his son. River would grow up with a father who actually cared about him, not a mother who saw him as a paycheck. As for me, I had a date that weekend, a promotion at work, and a future that didn't include looking over my shoulder. Bridget was in the rearview mirror where she belonged, and I was driving forward. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you really like our videos, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.